morning. I would like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us during our weekly hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. My name is Wai Ming Lee, and I'm your October program chair. Now, let's welcome our St. Gabriel Valley Board President Ling Chow, who will share with us her present message. Welcome, Ling.
Morning, everybody. Normally, I don't like to come up and talk, correct? Good morning. Good morning, Sylvia. I haven't seen you for a while. Okay. Couple things that we have to talk about today. First is on a sad note. Another of our member passed away. I would like to share a passing of our dear WSGVR member, Karen Chen. If you guys remember Karen always liked to sit over there. Even though you guys don't think I know you, I do know you. Okay. She passed away. She was a broker of KCP Group and a longtime member of our association. Our deepest sympathy go to her family and friends. Let us give her a moment of silence, please. It is very sad always to know somebody has passed away, especially even though you guys don't realize that every Thursday I see your face and I know who you are. If you're missing, we start wondering where you are. So sometime please let us know you're well and hopefully you're on vacation. And also I'd like to share your funeral service information for Ernesto. Last week, I think somebody made the announcement. He also passed away. The viewing service is on Thursday, November 7th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Sky Rose Chapel, Rose Hill Mortuary. Funeral Mass is going to be on Friday, November 8th, 2024 at 10 a.m. at Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church in 16025 East Cypress Street in Irwindale, California. If you have time, please show our respect to our member. Attend the funeral if you can. Okay, we're gonna move gear. I'm sorry, it's a sad note, but we're gonna move gear. I'm here to talk to you guys about Proposition 30. So we have these signs for no on 33. So can you go to cr.org? Okay. When I was made in Taiwan. I wasn't made in United States. So when I was naturalized, when I was a teenager, I registered to vote. I was so excited because I can vote for the president, right? So you can choose which president you like and represent us as a citizen of United States. And I'm very proud to be a U.S. citizen for more than 50 years now. I did not realize at my young age and still my old age, I did not realize a lot of things happens when you vote. And one of them is that when you get the ballot, okay, and there's a lot of things going on in the ballot. Did you ever read the ballot and find out what it is? I, you know, I, me, no, I don't. Until I start getting involved at the association, we start going to the Ledge Day in Sacramento. We start going to Washington, D.C. in May. And we start pitching, and you join federal committee, you join the legislative committee, you join a lot of different committee regarding issues. That's when I started realizing, oh my God, these propositions that we put on the ballot every time we vote affect us because once you voted, it become the law, right? So you have to remember when you vote, what is it going to affect you? Do you know a long time ago, many years ago, they were trying to take away real estate agent representing buying and selling properties. They were trying to get the bankers to do it. Yeah, remember those days? And we also did a Proposition 19 a couple years back, and so that people who has handicapped seniors, they can sell their property so they don't have to pay extra taxes when they do property taxes, right? So now we have a new one. And probably you guys don't know about it, but we are really advocating about this one. It's Prop 33. Okay, what is Prop 33? Sounds good number, right? 33, double number. But what is it? Do you guys know? Do you guys have any understand? It's about rent control. If you or any of your family member or your friends or you're doing some kind of management, which I do not recommend, to your property, the city wants to control. City wants to control, say, can you rent? Well, how much you gonna rent? You cannot increase rent. You remember a couple years ago, we had Haken, I can't, I don't know, the Costa-Cocken Rent Housing Act that was passed in 1995. That was to help us. That was to help us. But now they want to overrule. They want to, if you vote 33, that means the city can come to you and says, no, 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 you cannot increase your rent. You cannot. You know who has that already? Pasadena, right? We all know that, right? El Monte and Pomona. Of all places, Pomona. But is that good or bad? Right. So we urge you and all of you to pick up a sign. We have how many signs? We have like 40 of them left, and put it somewhere, your front yard, your office, anywhere that people can see. And here's the social media right here that you can copy and paste and put on your Facebook, your Instagram. Says no, it's about Prop 33. So you can download. It comes in various languages. It comes in Chinese, Spanish, and other language, of course, English as well. Please share and pick up the sign. We have the signs outside for you to pick up, and you can put it anywhere, anywhere. Put it in your car. Carry it when you go shopping. And then show them that you're serious about Prop 33, okay? And said, no, please tell your family, your friends, because it'll affect you. You know, a lot of time we vote for this type of thing, don't realize it. The other day they were talking about proposition, was it 4 about, no, not, oh, 3, about the Constitution right to marriage. And there was a lot of discussion. And I was thinking, what does this have to be discussed about it? Affects our title issue, our property title issue. And CAR supports this one. So you have to remember, it may not look like it affects you, but it does. You know, the long time ago, we voted in for the education, saying that, oh, we don't have any funds for our education, so we had to get some taxes going. Do you know if you do ADU and you're getting a permit, you have to pay the education fee? Do you guys know that? It's a lot of money. You guys don't know that. If you're going to add something to your property, you want to add a square footage, go pay education first before you can get a permit. Okay? If you don't pay, you cannot get permit. So, and I said, why? Because you guys passed the law, right? You guys passed it. So remember, all this proposition are here because somebody put it there. And why? Because it could be benefit for them and they think it's good, but sometimes affects us because we're a real estate agent. And that's where your money on the RPA goes. RF, I'm sorry, RPA, Residential Purchase Agreement. RF, okay? It's close, but no cigar. Some guys laughing at me. I know. I'm kind of scared right now. Okay, so so make sure you guys pick up a sign, 33, and go on the website and download whatever you need to help us vote no. We're very, very serious about it, okay? Thank you very much.
Now we welcome our birthday boy, Brandon.
Thank you. This is how much I like you people. I want to be here with you on my birthday. All right, so because this is the last panel of the year, we wanted to make sure that this was something that everybody in this room can utilize, whether you're an affiliate or whether you're an agent or anybody who's in the room. Networking is your net worth. And this is something that I've been very passionate about my whole, I guess, life, is getting to know people. And the more you know people, the better your relationships and the more business and the things that you attract to you. So we have a fantastic panel here. We have Adriana, we have Derek, and we have Lucia. All of you know them, and you probably see them at a lot of networking events, right? So they're going to provide you guys with an amazing panel of questions, and they're going to discuss all their knowledge about networking. So if you want to start with Adriana. All right, so first question to Adriana. How important is your network in your industry?
Thank you, Brandon. I think you just answered the first question for me with your opening statement, but it's extremely important for me. My goal is to build a relationship, hopefully, with all of the people that I meet, so that eventually you are kind of an extension of who I am. So you're kind of like my mini Salesforce, which is very important to me. So if you're my eyes and ears in places that I'm not at, and then I try to do the same thing in return. So I try to learn the whatever I can from people that I learn, so that somebody, it's sort of like a cheesy see a need, feel a need type of thing. So it's extremely important for me. So thank you.
Awesome. All right, Derek, how do you find networking events to go to?
So I use a few different things to find networking events. The number one is Google. You just Google networking events near me this weekend. They have date filters and things of that sort. But I also use ChatGPT, of course. I'm an AI guy. So if people put it out there on the internet that there's a networking event going on for specific types of industries, you'll see that on there as well. And then of course Eventbrite, and the best place is honestly asking other people where they're going. It's really good to go on a buddy system. It kind of it helps you divide and conquer, you know.
All right, Lucia, what does networking mean to you?
Look at networking as matchmaking. It is where you go everywhere within your environment to try to spread your wings and find opportunities, find your buyers, your sellers. That is where you go and open your eyes, who you're with, listen to what they say. Are they saying they are trying to sell a home? Are they telling you that they need a loan? Are they buying? That's what you're looking for.
Perfect. Thank you, Lucia. And back to Adriana. So how do you prepare for networking events?
Sorry. So it sounds cheesy, but it's kind of very intimidating for me still to go into a room full of strangers. So I do have like a little mantra, right? Like, you got this, you guys, you have to hype myself up before I get into the room. But I also I have like my quick 30-second elevator pitch, and I'm confident that I'm the expert in restoration in the room. So that's a big one for me also, like confidence, be prepared, know what you're talking about when you're talking about it. And yeah, get in the zone.
Awesome. All right, Derek, what is the most important part of networking?
The most important part of networking is fast and genuine follow-up. I know a ton of you guys have a huge stack of business cards at home of people that you've met that you will never ever speak to again. Or maybe you forgot to, or maybe you did a networking event a week ago and you're like, oh, maybe I'll reach out to them now. It's still okay to reach out to them at any point. But what you want to do is, while it's still fresh on their mind, while they still are thinking about you, while they're still a prisoner of the moment, follow up, be genuine. Don't send the blanket message. Say something specific about the event. And that way you can connect with them in a real way.
Awesome. That's such great advice. Lucia, how can networking improve your image?
For those who are new in the industry, you need to let everybody know who you are, what you do, how you do. For those who have been in the industry for a long time, you probably already have a reputation of your own. But if for whatever reason your reputation is not as you wish it should be, you have the opportunity through networking to let people know truly who you are. Show them what you can do. Show them how you do it, how you do your business. Of course, our goal in our industry, and probably in every industry, is to let them know that you're honest, you're knowledgeable, you're hardworking, you're ethical and professional.
Great. Thank you so much, Lucia. And now, Adriana, what would you say is the most common mistake you see at a networking event?
You don't turn on the microphone. Sorry. So believe it or not, I do still see a lot of people who don't bring business cards to networking events. And that's kind of like, I know. So I would say don't bring business cards. And then sometimes it's a little easier to, like, if it's available, bring a name tag. That kind of helps remember people's names. And then I would say that you kind of limit who you talk to, most people find someone they know and they just kind of like hang out all night, and they don't really, they lose out on an opportunity to meet somebody new and potentially make a new create a new relationship, business relationship. And what else would I say? I think that's it. That's the biggest one. I think they kind of limit themselves to like the people that they know, and they don't, you never know who else is in the room. So if you don't venture out and talk to somebody different that's not necessarily in your line of business, then they might know somebody who needs your services. And if you don't, work the room, it doesn't, it won't pan out for you. So yeah, I think that would be my biggest.
That's so true. And I know we are all guilty of it, right? We have our little friends, we have our little people we stay around, but you got to venture out, right? Get uncomfortable. All right. So, Derek, can you suggest some tricks to help remember the people you met?
Yes. So naturally, I have a really good memory, especially with names. I learn names really quickly, but there are tricks and practices that you can do to help that. So one of the best things to do is if you have a really, really good conversation with somebody, take a picture with them. That way, when you go look through your camera reel the next day to post for your socials and stuff, you remember, oh, that's Bob. I remember I met him. You may not remember everything you talked about, but that name, that face, the business card will all match together. A big trick that they teach you in sales is to say that person's name 3 times during that conversation. So, hi, Debbie, I'm Derek. She's like, hi, I'm Debbie. I need to say Debbie 2 more times in this conversation, and it'll stick in my mind the next time that I see her. So you want to try to do that as naturally as possible. Don't be a weirdo about it. Don't be a weirdo. It's very easy to do that too, but naturally bring the name up. Try for 2 more times in the conversation. When you're leaving, try to say their name again and shake their hand, because that repetition, it'll set into your mind. The next time you see him, it'll click a lot faster.
That was great advice. So, Lucia, does networking provide resources to increase your business?
Yes, networking does, especially for our industry as realtors. All the affiliates are our resources, especially title company. If you need to have a farm or find sellers that are out there, those are resources. If you go out to your environment and try to find buyers and sellers, they also improve your ability to find opportunities. So it is very important that we always listen to our surrounding, and those are the resources that we will find every single day we go out there. The main thing here is when you go out networking, don't just sit at the corner nice and pretty and don't say anything. Go out there and try to find people to talk to. Those are your resources.
Awesome. And Adriana, have networking events helped your business grow, and how?
The short answer is yes. So I made it a personal goal to attend more networking events this year, and I've been able to do that. As Derek said, it's usually because of someone that I meet at a networking event. They'll say, "Hey, look, there's another one next week," and then they'll send me an invitation, and so I've been able to expand that way. And I've been able to double the calls that I'm getting this year as opposed to last year. And sometimes they're not even calls for necessarily for restoration, but I'm able to put them in contact with somebody else that I met at a different event. Say what it could be either a plumber, a testing company, anything. So yeah, thank you. But yes, short answer, yes.
Awesome. And Derek, in your opinion, what makes a successful networking event for you?
In my opinion, my number one goal is I never leave a networking event empty-handed. I'm leaving here with something, right? Either another networking event to go to if this wasn't the one for me, or at least 1 or 2 contacts that I can follow up with that maybe directly or indirectly I can do business with. But I always have to leave with something. What was the point in you going and getting all dressed up, sitting in traffic if you just walk in and look at people and leave? So it's really all about just leaving with something, whether it's a good conversation with somebody that can lead to something later, or you can refer them somewhere else. But you got to leave with something every single time. And the biggest thing is you got to have fun. If when I first started, I was going to like 6 or 7 networking events a week. So pretty much every day, sometimes twice in a day. It's exhausting. I wouldn't suggest that for most people, but it can start to wear down on you. And then before you know it, you look like you're going through the motions at your events. You want to be genuine, you want to have fun, you want to have a good time, but you're also going to get business done. And that's the type of interaction that other business people want to have with you.
Awesome. Thanks, Derek. And Lucia, how can joining organizations help?
This is an organization. There are many other organizations like CarePlan, so many out there that are within the industry that we should join. And every time that you join, you do the same thing what Adriana and Derek said. Give them business cards, go around and try to find contacts, connect. Now, besides in the industry, there are others like nonprofits, right? Church, some other organizations like that you should always also get involved in. That's where you find your buyers and sellers. You never know. The business is there, but then you have to find it within those places. Those organizations have a lot of membership, and that the membership, it comes back to money, numbers, business. So try to go out there, spread yourself out, and introduce yourself to everybody. So these organizations will be your resources for your business and make you successful. Just connect.
Well said. Thank you, Lucia. And thank you to all the panelists. Do we have time for questions or no time? Yeah, no time. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And this was just a quick snapshot. I know that all of them could speak for probably hours on end about all the different things that you could probably do or think about. My last piece of advice is the thing I always think about. Just show up, and the rest, will happen how it's supposed to happen. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for coming this morning and listening to these panelists. This is our last panel of the year. I hope you've all enjoyed the panel this year. We've brought a lot of great knowledge and a lot of resources to you. And as affiliates, we really love sharing with agents, our knowledge, because we're not just a pretty face. We're not here to just shake your hand and say hello. We definitely want your business and we want to earn it. And so thank you to the panelists. You guys did an amazing job.
I actually echo what Sylvia just said. We are all one big family. And sometimes you work with people you like or you meet, and they gave us a lot of pointers. Instead of you going read a book, these are real, streetwise tips. And I appreciate you guys sharing all this with us. Thank you. Thank you. Please join us next week as the membership special event committee will be hosting a Halloween breakfast. Come in your best costume, dress whatever you want, and then we will have a costume contest. Thank you, everyone, for joining our meeting today. Have a wonderful day. I hope you have picked, yes, go on, okay. Have a wonderful day, and we appreciate you coming and learning from our speakers. Okay, the meeting is now adjourned.